Hi everybody, this is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. This video is in reference to the full moon in Pisces that is coming up on September the 20th and 21st, depending on where you currently reside at. I'm going to do my best and just kind of getting this out. I have so much going through my mind right now all morning, and so kind of bear with me. When we are working through, let's see. The moon in itself signifies our lower, the lower tree of life, our root, and our sexual organs as well. The moon signifies our sexual waters, basically. And when we haven't compiled the sexual Mercury here, which is in relationship with the raising the sacred secretion that works with your moon sign, it's in lots of darkness, lots of murky, dirty water. And that's an individual that has not performed the sacred secretion or doesn't even know about this. Okay, this is every human being who does not perform the sacred secretion practices. In order to raise in consciousness, we have to rise to create it. And it requires us to remove division. If you look at the constellation of Pisces, you see two fish, and they are chained together. One fish is trying to rise higher towards the heavens or higher states of being, and the other is still attached to the earthly realm and everything that is involved within this material world. Very materialistic, very ego-based, still very dense. And there's still that pull, tug and pull. One can't rise without rising or bringing the other, or they're both going to snap apart. So it's either you have three ways: both fish moving together, upwards, or both fish going down together, descending, or both separating. Right now, it's as if they're separated because they're still separated. They're chained together, but separate. The divide, there's that divide, and it's signified in most symbols with a line going through. There's a divide. The Red Sea or the sea has been split. There is no unification here. The sexual waters, the water of Pisces, that deals with Mary. She is the mother of the sea. That hasn't been transmuted. Is very murky still. When you have worked your way through the process of raising the sacred secretion, and the sexual mutation rises, mixes with the brain chemistry, all that good stuff that I always talk about, and I'm just going through and talking through this as quickly as I possibly can. I also want you to remember that when I talk about Pisces here, we work with the two twins. This is twins. One is mortal and one is immortal. One is of the highest realms and one is of earth. You can also look at your pineal and pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is associated with the moon. Now, just bear with me. If the moon is dark, your pituitary gland is darkened. You cannot see inner vision. But it also takes the pineal gland working along with it. So the pituitary and pineal gland have a division. Again, there's that clouded space. There's this line, there's a veil in between, separating it, just like the fish. Yet, we have an opportunity by the process of raising the sacred secretion, or sexual alchemy. With your moon sign, you can raise that sacred secretion where the nadis, the sushumna, the kundalini merge as one, and the illumination takes place. So, higher states of consciousness it can take place at this time frame. Becoming more intuitive, more conscious, as I just said, more aware, more centered, being more centered in love. But keep in mind, as we are going through this higher state of being, another form of illumination here, we can experience that opposite, that tug and pull, just like the two fish. One is trying to rise, and one is still wanting to be attached to the ideas or the things that they are so used to. It's getting out of our comfort zone again. There's more of a push. We're getting closer to the equinox. There's more of a push. I don't know about you. My reality is urging me to really purify myself even further at a higher state of purification. And it's tempting me. It's urging me to step further into a selfless type of love that is very difficult for the human. My higher self is really trying to make a deeper connection, and is trying to drag me closer to heaven. You know, the two fish. But I'm feeling this lower pull of, oh my gosh, my world is shaking. Like I said in the other video the other day, I've been feeling really, I almost lost it. I said I almost lost my cool a couple of days. And I might explain this in another video about what I'm going through, and give you a greater understanding. But I'm not going to do it today. I am going through some things, and I just need some time. Life is still very beautiful for me, and I'm sure life is still beautiful for you. But we're going to always have an experience that is truly a projection of our own inner self, or the self that we are trying to let go of. We're trying to let go of the things that we know are no longer us and become our higher self. It's that continuous tug and pull of, I want to go higher, but I have to face this first. And in order to go higher, you have to heal what is surfacing. And I am definitely feeling this pull into higher states of consciousness that's making me feel very, and I'm going to use uncomfortable. It's very intense. It's a very intense pull that is making me go higher into love. And I have to really calm myself down into understanding even greater that, and I have to really think, what is real love? Real love is selfless. Selfless and giving, without expectations, without judgments. You have to remind yourself of that continuously. And you might be feeling this inner battle of, how do I become even more full of love? You know, it's so hard with the human idea of what love is. Oh no, I have to give you love, but you better do something back for me. What are you giving me? Type of mentality. Or how can you do this? You know, I'm giving you all that I can, but how can you still be that way? And not, you know, that is the human struggle ideas. The higher mind and the angel, the star seed, the light being that you are, is greater than that. You know, we have to be able to love because love is right. It's right for ourselves and it's right for others. And anything that's other than that is not true love. It's the human idea of it. And we have to really push away human ideas. Everything that we have been taught that surrounds love, it is just the illusion. And we are being pressed at a higher rate to remove those ideas. And it can be very difficult. I've mentioned my difficulty here in the past almost 2 weeks here, of especially this past weekend. We're getting closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer every single day to knowing more, or in true embodiment of our higher self. But in order to truly become one with Source, we have to eliminate all ideas of this reality, all illusions, the darkness. It's not so much of, well, it's gone, it doesn't exist. Dark and light exist simultaneously. It's the idea and the emotional attachment that has to be corrected and healed. Healed. It has to be healed of. It has to be healed. And those in your environment, the things in your environment that are triggering you, is always a sign of your own inner illusions reflecting outwardly. And you have an opportunity every single day to change it. So I want you to understand that we have an opportunity, a greater opportunity of greater unification, of the elements rising and giving us more clarity from within. It takes the higher mind, greater heart intelligence, which is associated with the sacred secretion of that sexual alchemy, to bring us true unification or greater understanding of who we are. We have to learn about the things that we don't like within this reality and step into our higher self. That says, you know what? I don't believe in this reality any longer. I don't believe in this idea. I don't believe in this situation. It's either an illusion or it's truth. It's either a prevention or a way to provide. So I hope this makes sense. Please excuse any rambling. It is what it is, right? And I am sending you guys continuously so much love. I think of you all continuously, regardless if I am making videos or doing anything. I think of the world and I send love out continuously. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose.